Alex, you've been involved in writing lots of tendering proposals and framework documents. What are sort of the key lessons you've learned?
I think the situation most people need to be familiar with today is, particularly in dealing with government agencies, to understand that many of these agencies are being put under pressure from the Department of Finance to go out and find best value. I suppose one of the real problems here is that most of them actually don't know what they're trying to buy or understand the procedures in which they do it. So you get some very strange anomalies out there. A good example is a couple of tenders that we've worked on, particularly in the design sector, which I think have been quite interesting, but would be typical across many different sectors. In one particular one we had a look at, they asked for 3 years annual accounts. That's fine, you'd say, great. A bit strange, they then wanted the managing director and chief financial officer to sign off every page. Okay, a bit strange, but hey, it's the times we live in. They then wanted some speculative designs. Okay, we don't tend to do that, but particularly not in the sense where they don't even provide a brief for it. They then wanted a sort of confidentiality document signed in the presence of a commissioner for oaths. That's a bit more problematic and will cost money. But the key was to have a look at what the job was, and when we had a quick analysis through it, it was actually worth all of €4,000. Now this has probably gone out to 20 or 30 companies. So 30 companies will probably spend $1,500 to $2,000 to win a contract worth 4. So if we're talking about value for money in the community and what's happening in businesses in general, we have a government agency spending $60,000 to give out a $4,000 job to somebody. Absolutely quite ridiculous.
Yeah.
Another one, and again I think people need to be very careful of. Again, these agencies are sending out contracts and not understanding what they're asking for. And I think it's very important that people ask some questions before they get involved, because these tenders can be quite expensive. Even doing them yourself, there's a cost in time and commitment and bringing staff in and putting various things together. One of the questions you fundamentally should ask is, how much is the contract worth? If it's not stated, you should ask that question, how much is it worth? Now, we've seen this in the past, and they will tend to fob you off. Oh, well, it's over a year and we're not quite sure. You can ask the question, well, how much did you spend last year? And they might say, well, we spent 50,000 or 100,000. So you might say, well, in fairness, the way budgets are being cut, would it be fair to say that half that would be at least viable? And possibly they say yes, but they may hedge around it. But the most important question to ask them is, have you a budget in place for this yet? Our experience is the answer is no. No budget in place, yet they're putting people through the hoops.
So it's almost like instead of buyer beware, it's seller beware.
Seller beware, exactly. So make sure you don't spend a lot of time trying to win something that's not there.